Yep, okay. We're all good. And let's hit record. Alright. Hey guys. For those of you guys that are listening in, thank you guys for joining. For those of you guys who are watching live on TikTok, my apologies, on Twitch and on YouTube, thank you for coming and thank you for watching live. Just now, we actually was listening to the intro, so I really appreciate you guys joining us at this time. And just wanted to say, hello and good night. And I know you see a familiar face for those who have been watching, and if you haven't, it's going to be a new face, my younger brother, Lamek. What's up?
How y'all doing?
Yes. So we are here today, and we are in the pod. Yes. Give me one quick second. Okay, so we have to run that back again. So like I said, this is my brother Lamek. Say what's up.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, there we go. And really appreciate you coming in, man. Joining us again today on the pod. Welcome to Nights With Nyomi, guys. So today, what we're going to be talking about is welcome back to Nights With Nyomi, and we're asking the question today is, have modern gender roles blurred the lines in how men and women relate? Let's get into it, right? Let's get into it, guys. So, okay. So, I have some questions to ask, right?
All right. I'm ready.
You ready? So, for those that don't know you and maybe new to Nights With Nyomi and watching and listening in, let them know a little bit about yourself. Let the people know.
So I am Lamek. I'm Jasmine's younger brother, and I'm currently 25. I turned 26 in a month and a half. So if you want to give me something, September's the month. Yes, we love Virgos this way. Not a big horoscope guy, but we do love Virgos. I'm the sports guy in the family. That's my niche. So I've always been around sports. That's probably something that everybody associates me with. Played football. Now I coach football, and I actually have my own business where I train athletes, and I also am starting a 7-on-7 football team. So really excited about life and where it's headed, and what God is doing with everything that I have going on right now. And then the most important thing about me is I do have a son, 4-year-old son. Name is LJ Lamek Jr. So he is he's the golden child of the family. So everybody loves him. So they forget about me, but they know LJ. They just want me to come over so they see LJ now.
Exactly. I mean, he's the favorite nephew.
So
we love LJ. But yeah, I appreciate you, letting people know a little bit about yourself and stuff. And like I said, today we all getting into, just like have modern gender roles blur the lines in between men and women and like masculinity today in modern society. And so I wanted to ask a couple questions in regards to that. And so, what does masculinity mean to you today? What's your thoughts on that?
I feel like that's a loaded question. Like, in what context would we say like masculine? Like what situation would we say like is this just on like a general aspect, or is it like, are we being put into like a disciplinary situation, or like how would how
Um,
would you like for me to answer that?
yeah, I just want to know, like, what do you view it as today for you personally? Like, how you carry yourself and how you present yourself and everything.
Okay. So for me, guys, just for me, I've been trying to turn a new leaf with myself and my life. So everything that I kind of do now is kind of derived from my faith. So I would say, if you're not in your Bible, get in your Bible, because this answer is going to come from my faith. So I would say masculinity. The Lord just talks about, or God talks about, men being leaders. So you have to be able to lead your household in whatever way that may be, right? It is 2025. So women, y'all are awesome. Y'all do a lot, you know. Uh, but the man is still supposed to be the head. So for me, you have to be a leader. To That's what when we talk about masculinity in your household. That's the best way I could put it. Um, when I think of myself, people used to tell me like people gravitate to you, like you're a natural leader, like how you affect other people. You have to be infectious to other people. So I would say in that way, you want to have a positive influence, a positive impact um, on the people closest to you. Be a leader,
So
be
you
a
feel as though
role
like
model. Hmm.
so you feel as though like masculinity has to be like you're the provider still.
Correct.
You're still the one that's leading the that family or um you know
Yes, but I wanted to articulate my words very carefully, which
okay
is why I said it's 2025, because not all men, are the providers in their household.
okay
I am in mine, but not all men are the providers. Sometimes the women nowadays, especially the black woman, they play that role. You
so
know,
do you feel like emotionally like do you feel the pressure of having to be emotionally available and financially stable now?
um, definitely feel that pressure. Um, as a man, especially when we're talking about masculinity,
Mm-hmm.
as a man, you're gonna that financially stable. Press that's the pressure to
Okay.
be financially stable. You want your family to be good. You want your family to be set.
Yeah.
However, if your wife, you know, is making more money and providing,
Mm-hmm.
there's other ways that you can lead as a man. It doesn't make you less of a man. There's just other ways you can lead. One, you always need to be able to lead spiritually. You have to be able to be the head spiritually, right? Not to say that your wife's faith cannot be stronger than yours. It definitely could be. You guys have different walks, but you need to be able to lead spiritually. You need to be the one. You need to be quick to prayer. You need to be quick to listen, slow to speak as a man, especially in a relationship. But I'm just saying in general, those are things you want to practice as a man, as a young man, whomever. You know,
So do you feel as though with your masculinity certain things may get misunderstood with you?
For sure.
Okay.
Men are always very misinterpreted and misunderstood, and that's
Okay.
because, and that's because of the nature of the world today. Because
Mm.
everybody is judged.
Okay.
Everybody predetermines what they think of somebody.
Okay.
Like we live in Atlanta, so people are gonna look at you and they're gonna say, "All
Yeah.
right, I see how that person's dressed.
Mm-hmm.
This tells me a lot about that person, right? I see how they take care of themselves. How like if or even when you speak to somebody, if let's say their bo or their oral care is not the best, that tells you a lot about that person. Like how like you could have some sort of relationship with that person, whether it's a friendship or anything. So, you know, not to get off track of your question, but
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely feel like
You guys are misunderstood.
yeah, we're definitely like misunderstood because those might be things, and I think of things like that, like they're misunderstood, but maybe
Okay.
you're supposed to be the person to help them, right? And that like you could be
So
their calling card, or you could be their angel, or you could be their guardian. Like God could have put you in that moment and for that person to be like, hey, maybe you should do this because nobody was truthful with them and say, hey, well, try this, do it this way, right? I'm just very, I'm, I think of things very intentional. I think every person you meet, every relationship you meet, like there's a reason
there's a reason.
for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely think there's a reason for everything. Obviously, like if you just meet somebody, say, hey, what's up, and pass them by, like
Yeah. It's not.
it is what it is. Now, sometimes it can turn around and be like, hey, I remember you from, but
Yeah.
not I'm not being too literal with it, but I'm just saying like the relationships and things that you make are definitely important, and
So
how somebody judges you based off your image, I think is very important.
important. So do you feel as though a relationship should be 50-50 or like 80-20? And like to also, well, I know this question. Well, I have a follow up question after you answer this one too. Do you think it should be 50-50 or 80-20 in a relationship?
Ooh, what kind of relationship we talking about? We talking about a friendship? We talking about the talking stage? We talking about an open relationship?
I'm talking like,
or like we like locked in, trying to get married type of relationship.
I think at this point y'all locked in together. Y'all trying to make something happen. They, y'all engaged at this point. Y'all engaged. Y'all finna just lock in. What's your relationship looking like? 50-50?
Well, I've never been engaged, so I can't answer from that perspective. But what I can say from a long-term relationship, answer from that perspective, I was really big on, hey, this 50-50, this shit. I was really big on that, but fellas, that shit don't work. That it will never be 50-50. Like, you might get close, you might get 60-40. That's the closest you gonna get to 50-50. But half the time, right? No offense, ladies, but half the time with women these days, it's 70-30. Like
70-30. So
it's 70-30 because
who providing the 70?
I just seen a post. I just seen a post the other day, on IG, and it kind of spoke to me because it said these women nowadays, right? They don't want a relationship. They want help. Just let that sink in, okay? They don't want a relationship. They want help, okay? Now, granted, like I said earlier in the podcast, like there's definitely a vast majority of women nowadays in 2025 that are very independent and do things on their own. But that leads into something else when it comes to relationship. That leads into different flaws and things like that. But with that being said, I was just saying, 70-30.
So how does that, so to piggyback off of what you just said, how does that change things if a woman makes more than you in the relationship?
So 9 times out of 10, and so like I watch a couple of other podcasts and things like that and especially on topics like this. It's very intriguing. I just try to listen to other men talk about it. Some of them are very like misogynist or whatever. Like they don't respect women, but I'm definitely not one of those men because I was raised by a single mother. So, but for me, I would say most of the time, if the woman makes more than you, you gotta have a really good woman. Okay, when I say really, really good, she has to be very pure of heart, because if she's not, okay, she's gonna be very spiteful. She is going to be very vindictive. Okay, and she's going to be very manipulative because she's going to hold that weight over your head, and all men know that she's going to hold that weight over your head as a man. Yes, that she makes more than you and try to make you feel like you're less of a man, and then now she's not validating your feelings. Just because you're a man doesn't mean your feelings should be validated, because like I said earlier, financial stability is the number one thing in a man's mind when it comes to him and his family. So if his wife makes more than him, right, I'm sure they've been dealing with it for a while and they have an agreement, something set in place, cool, and that works for them. But that means whatever since he's lacking in the financial department, he has to be up here in his faith or in something else. He has to bring that to the table.
So you think as though he can't be like, you have to be the provider, you can't be the partner in the relationship?
No, you're partners regardless in Christ. You're partners in Christ. So that's why I said all my answers are gonna come from my faith. You're partners in Christ. You're partners regardless, right? But right, he's providing something else for her. So it's just a change of perspective.
So that's what I'm saying. If he's providing something else, if he's feeling, I feel it goes down to insecurity. Like if the woman's making more and you're in this relationship with the man and he makes less than, and you're the woman's the provider, I guess, essentially, and he's you know, he's feeling a way about the situation. That's his. I feel so. That's his insecurity of him feeling like, oh, I can't bring home the food. I can't bring home the bills. I can't pay and do all this.
Oh no, for sure. I'm saying yes, that's an insecurity, but as a man, that's just something like that's just kind of like embedded in us. Like that's in our DNA. Like we want to be able to do this and do that for our spouse, for our kids.
So
right?
Do you feel less than that you can't provide? Do you feel like not worthy? Like do you?
So that's where the part of when I said you have to have a really good woman, because a really good woman would know that for most men, they want to be natural providers for their family. So if you have a really good woman, just why I said they probably have a good system set up if they're getting married. She is going to cater to you in those ways. So that means in whatever other way you take care of her, you have to make sure that you're providing whatever she's lacking, because obviously what she's not lacking is money.
Yeah.
So she's definitely lacking something else, 100%. And whatever she's lacking, you have to bring that to the tables, 110%. Because if you don't, she's gonna be like, "Why do I need you? I make my money. I can pay for my apartment. I can pay." Exactly.
So then that's where the emotional stability comes in. If you can't provide financial stability and she's the one that providing the financial stability, that's where the emotional stability comes in, to where, okay, hey, I'm bringing home the eggs and bacon, essentially, just, you know, but here you are still emotionally keeping me together, still keeping me, you know, afloat and everything. I think that's just the balance. Like, even though you may not be the provider, you're still a partner. You're still there for, you know, each other.
And yeah, that's what I would, and that's why I said, like, you should definitely be the spiritual leader in that household, regardless, because that's probably what she's going to be lacking in the most.
Yeah.
No, like, and not to say that, like, I've talked to women that make a lot of money. I've talked to women that make more money than me, and things like that. Like, that doesn't bother me, because then it's closer to 60-40 for me, and I'm cool with that. You know, I'm cool with that because I can provide for myself, my child. Like, I don't need anybody, but you know, if I allow you in my space, that's cool. Like, I want you to have your own and be able to do for yourself. Shit, if you could do a lot for yourself, I don't gotta do a lot. That's how I think about it. If you could do a lot for yourself, I don't gotta do a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, I would prefer that. I've been with a female where all the money came from me. So, like, I was doing more for you than you was doing for me. You know, and it was just kind of like, what you bringing to the table other than, you know, some good nights? You feel me? Like,
okay, so like let's flip it, right? Like just from what you said, you're the provider. You're bringing home the bill. You're bringing home the money. You're the provider, and she's the one that's not making enough. You know, normally that's how it is in modern relationships. That's how it usually is. But now you're saying, like, hey, if I'm the one that's providing the money and everything, and you're just with me and stuff, what are you doing if you're not giving me that financial stability that I need? Because you're not even bringing home the financial.
So for me personally, like, that's a typical scenario for me. Like,
Okay.
However, I've learned through relationships and situationships with people that I prefer that my woman has some sort of ambition in career.
Okay.
You have to have some sort of ambition in career. If you don't have nothing going for you, I'm good on it. Okay? Go over to the next man. You got to have some sort of ambition in career. If you're doing what you love and it doesn't make you a lot of money, but you're happy and at peace, we're good. It's fine.
Okay.
And if I'm doing what I love, right, and I'm happy and I'm at peace and I make a little bit more, cool, right? That's just how the cookie crumbled. That's what God said to be.
Okay.
So I'm okay with that. But with that being said, if I'm doing a little bit more financially, I am going to expect you to do those little things, right? Whether it is, and I don't want to sound like sexist or anything, but whether it's like cleaning up around the house, or, just having me come home and I got food on the table, like little things like that is cool with me. Like, I'm like, cool. Like, I don't even got to go nowhere. Like, that's cool. Or like you schedule something for us to do. You be like, hey, we finna go on a movie date. Like, let's just go do that real quick. And I'm like, you know what, babe? Yeah, I would definitely, I appreciate that. Like, I would do that because she sees that her man works so hard to provide. Like, those little things, like, that's cool with me. And, and shit like that makes me want to be like, man, I'm about to go buy her some edible arrangements. So I'm about to go buy her. Yeah. I'm about to go get her nails did. I'm about to give her $100, go get your nails done or something. Like, like just little things like that. Cause go ahead.
Let me ask you this though. Okay, let's say you making $100K, right? You bringing home $100K salary.
Okay.
And let's say she makes half of that. She makes $50K salary. But y'all still have the same 9 to 5 hours, right? You go to job, it's 9 to 5, but yet she's making half of what you're actually making. But yet you still expect her to come. You still expect to come home, have the house clean, have food on the table, this and that. Yeah, y'all still working the same hours, like.
So that would be a very unique situation because somebody would get home before the other, and knowing me, like I always have my hands in a lot of pots. Like I said, I got a business, and everything like that. So I'm normally always working. So even if I get off a 9 to 5, I'm at my my own other job. My own other business. I'm working on something like that in my office. I'm very intentional with my time throughout my day. I'm very big on waking up early and seeing how much shit you can get done in a day.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be moving. Like, maximizing your time. Like, you need to make sure you wake up. You need to make sure you get a lift in. Make sure you go run something. Like, start your day off well. You need to make sure that you get to work, get your work done. Right after that, you need your passive income job. You need to make sure you get your passive income in. Right, all those different things. So I would have that's probably how I get 100K. Even if I made 100K off of one job, I would still have an investment in a business, an Airbnb,
a
car rental. Like, I would have something else going. So I keep myself busy. But in your situation, we would just like have a mature conversation about that. We'd be like, hey, like today I'm gonna cook, tomorrow you'll cook, or like we'll interchange those things because I do like to cook too. So and I don't want to eat the same things all the time that she's cooking. I want to be able to switch it up and we both cook different things because she's probably just from us dating before we even get to the marriage status. She'll probably be like, oh, I like when you cook this, or I don't like when you cook this. And same goes for her. Like, we'll probably pick up on those things. So I mean, there's always going to be like those outliers, those X factors. And then like with cleaning clothes, like I can really clean my own clothes. I really don't care. But like, it's just like a gesture thing. Like, if you see I'm working hard and everything, you go out your way to do that and I don't ask you, then it's a difference. Like those things, like they make me feel good. Like I'm like, oh, bet. That gives actually not even me. That gives a man, like when you do small gestures and things like that, most men, I'm going to say men, because not every grown person is a man, but most men, like those gestures, those small things, like that's reassurance. That's the reassurance for a guy.
Exactly.
Because women always ask for reassurance, and their reassurance is more so like emotional and things like that. But for a man, it's those little things that you do. That's reassurance to your man, especially when he works really hard. So
do you feel like that's too much though? Like just to say, like you said, a woman needs emotional reassurance, and to say you work in all these jobs trying to provide and pay the bills and everything, and I know it can be draining at times coming home, and she wants that type of emotional stability, and you just can't give it to her at that point in time. Like, what is it? What would you do? Like, what is it like to be in that situation?
So I mean, honestly, that would depend on what kind of woman you have. What she likes would be a really big thing because, like I said, number one thing, you need to be able to lead spiritually. So that would be obviously already be a discussion you guys have, and then you guys need to definitely pray together.
Okay.
About those things, and then honestly, I mean, I'm the type of guy. If I'm married, I'm probably gonna shower my wife with like gifts, right?
So you have to like that's your love language. Is that
yeah, like I'm going to shower her with whatever she wants. Be like, hey, you want this? Like, if I can afford it, then I'm gonna try to get something that you like that I can afford. You know, to make you happy. Like that's me giving you a kind gesture. You know.
Okay.
I would say like me growing over the years, that'll be my thing.
Okay.
Just providing, like doing those small things, little things, like, or just sending her flowers or like something like that, like little things that would just brighten her day. Be like, hey,
yeah,
I know I'm working a lot, but you're always on my mind. And I'm like really big on communication. So like, I'll like if I can call you and talk to you while I'm working, I'll put a headphone in and I'll call and talk to you while I'm working so I can hear your voice. So I can just let you know like, hey, like think about you. So yeah, that hopefully that answered your question, but yeah.
Yeah, that did. So now we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna move into the pop culture side of things. So, okay, guys. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and switch over to pop culture games. So for those of you guys don't know, we do play pop culture games. And in the past, I usually have done games that have been popular on social media, and I play those games. This time, I'm shaking it up a little, and I created my own pop culture games that are based on this topic for this episode. So like I said, we're talking about masculinity and everything. And so with this, I'm going to ask you a scenario of questions, Lamech, and you're going to have two options. You're either going to keep her or you're going to say that's a red flag. Okay?
Oh, man. Okay.
Okay,
Let's go.
Amen. I need, be honest, man. Okay?
We about to see if they qualify.
Let's see if they qualify. Okay. So, she makes $100K, has her own crib, but says, I don't believe in relationships.
Ooh, whiskey. She is not qualified.
So, is she a keeper or a red flag?
She's out of there. She is straight out of there. She sounds very insecure.
Okay. Okay, but you know what? Like, that goes back to like
100K, don't want a relationship? No. See, that's what I was telling y'all earlier. Not a good woman. Not a good person. Not pure of heart. She's going to be manipulative. She's going to be insecure. She's going to be, I forgot what else I said. Just, yeah, run. Next.
Okay, next question. She expects a man to pay all her bills, but she wants to be called independent woman.
No, absolutely not.
So
absolutely not.
So what would that be?
Because
she's not. Would that be a red flag?
She's out of there. She's a red flag. She's not gonna do those little things. She's not gonna help you. And like yeah, it's like that. That is a true. That's what I talked about earlier. That is a true 70-30 relationship. That is a true 70-30 relationship. It needs to be more than 60-40 for me to say, okay, that's a true 70-30. And depending on the woman, it might be 80-20. So.
Okay. So Next question. She FaceTimes you 5 times throughout the day, but says she's not clingy. Would you keep her, or is that a red flag?
I would keep her. I mean, she just a little possessive. You know, she's just a little possessive.
And obsessive too.
But that's cool. I want my woman obsessed with me. Yeah, go ahead. Now, she could call me. That don't mean that I'ma answer. You feel me? Like, she could call me, but like, hey, yo, I'm at work. Like, I got you, babe. I love you. Like, I'm gonna call you when I can. Like, yeah, we could work through that. We could, like, that's a maturity thing. We'll work through that. Like, that's fine.
Nah, but my thing is, like, let me miss you. Let me want to come home and be like, damn, how was your day today?
Nah, you on that future shit. You on that future shit. Nah, hell nah. When you find your person, their person need to be all over you and only you.
24/7?
24/7. 24/7 for the next 40 years. 24/7 for the next 40 years. You want that old good love.
Oh, okay. So, she only believes in soft love, and soft love is pretty much being pampered, taken care of. So she only believes in soft love and refuses to work if she has a man. Keeper or red flag?
Wait, I ain't never heard of that one. Soft love. Well, first of all, if she not working, doing nothing, what is she doing? She just using up all my money?
Oh, my bad. Let me run it back. I said soft love. I meant soft life. So she only believes in the soft life and refuses to work if she has a man. And like I said, soft life is pretty much she likes to be pampered, likes to be taken care of.
Oh, so she wants the man to do everything and she just lives life.
Would you keep her or red flag?
She must be Beyonce or Kim Kardashian or something. She must be one of them. And even they got money. So, I mean, not qualified. Yeah, she not it.
She not it?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Okay. She told her ex she's never getting. Oh, okay. My bad. She told her ex she's never getting over him 2 months before she met you. Red flag, or would you keep her?
Oh, they all do that.
They all do that?
They all do that.
Okay.
Yeah, they all, that ain't nothing new. I almost said something because that happened to me. But they all do that.
Nah, say it. What you about to say?
No, I can't put that out there. Nah, I'm about to repent. But they all do that. So look, listen though. You can, you said before that she met me, right?
Yeah, before she met
That's cool because that's old news. I don't care. That's her past. I can't be mad at something that happened before me. That's cool. That's her past. Okay. That's all maturity. That is all maturity. You know, you asked me that 2-3 years ago, I would have been like, oh, hell no, leave her where she at. But no, that's something we can work through.
Okay.
That's all based on all insecurity and maturity. You can pick up on those things. Like, those are things you got to work through and teach as a man because you have to be the leader. But continue. You got to be the leader.
Okay. Do you think women today are too independent for their own good?
That is a loaded question, and I'm scared to answer it because I don't know how the ladies are going to feel about that. But I would say yes. They try to be too independent. Like, women sit here and be like, oh, niggas ain't shit. I don't need a man, da-da-da-da-da. But, bruh, like, y'all, at the end of the day, and I don't care, by the time, and you know what? I don't know how old the viewers are, but I'm telling you, by the time you get to that 28, 30 range, you're going to be looking for a nigga. All that, I'm outside, clubbing, section with your females and your bitches, and y'all taking all these trips. I promise once your ass get to 30, you're going to be like, oh shit, I need to get married. Because half your friends going to be married, and you're going to be like, damn. I promise you that shit gonna happen.
It's all fear of missing out.
It's all a maturity thing. That's all maturity. So like, if I see a woman and she's like, she either gay or she just don't want to be married. Marriage is not for everybody.
Yeah.
So that just tells me you don't want to be married. And if you don't want to be married, then I'm just gonna say, hey, you're not for me. So I want to be married. You know. So.
All right. Well, Next question. She says she wants kids, but won't date a man with kids. Would you keep her or red flag?
Oh, I be in this all the time. I'm talking about in it. Listen, look, they say that until they realize like how mature you are. Like honestly, I would say it just comes down to where you are in your life, like how financially stable you are,
Okay.
how rooted you are, for me in your faith, because normally most men, they'll get their emotional stability from their woman.
Okay.
So the number one thing for me, being a single man, I get my emotional stability from Christ. That's where I get my emotional stability from. When I'm angry, I pray. I talk to him. So, and I practice those things. And while being single, and I work on my financial stability so that when I do get my woman, she can walk into a good situation, which meaning she doesn't have to worry about my BM or the fact that I have a child, because he's provided for, is taken care of, and I can take care of you, and I can provide for you. Like, we can still do everything we want to do. So it's just all about whatever your co-parenting relationship is, and where you are in your life emotionally and financially. So like it does take a little bit more work because you have a child. But one, you owe that to that child, and then two, you me personally, you want that other person not to feel insecure or overlooked or anything like that when they walk into that situation. Because for most people, it's already I don't know.
Right.
Like, most people are like that. Don't get me wrong, but I've talked to a lot of women, and experienced a lot of women that have like said that, and then we be vibing for a minute, and then normally like we'll just end up being friends, but I'll probably cut it off because I'll pick up on some mannerisms and be like, oh, they really don't want to do this for the long haul.
Yeah.
Or they'll just straight up tell me after a while, be like, I don't really know about being a stepmom. So, and that's cool. I'm big in communication. You keep it real with me. That's cool. We don't gotta be spiteful about it or anything. Like, we can be friends and we can kick it. So yeah, I definitely deal with that one a lot. Yeah, I deal with that one a lot.
So she refuses to date a man who makes under six figures, but she makes $42,000 a year. Would you keep her or red flag?
Well, everybody has preferences, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with preferences. But that is just so contradicting.
Yeah.
Like, you got I ain't gonna lie, like $40,000 right now ain't shit. Like, it ain't shit.
Yeah.
Like in
but
Atlanta,
she wants you to make over six figures.
Yeah, cause she make $40K. That's why she wants you to make over six figures. Cause she broke as fuck. I'm trying to think, because that's like one of the situations where I'm looking like what you bring to the table. I think that's okay if she's bringing something else to the table. I know money was mentioned, but she gotta be bringing something else to the table. Like, that's cool with me. If I make six figures and my woman makes 40, that's cool. But you gotta be bringing something else to the table. Okay. Because I'm, like I said, I'm fine. Like, I'm a natural provider. I'm fine with providing and everything, but you gotta have a job. You gotta have some ambition. You gotta have some drive.
Something going for yourself.
But like $40K. Now, granted, if you have no kids, you're by yourself, and you make $40K, definitely a livable situation. Depending on what city you live in. Like, you live in Atlanta, like that's borderline. Like, that's like,
you still broke.
Yeah, that's like you might get lower middle class in some areas, but yeah, that's like low. That's like that's not a lot of money, because you gotta think about health insurance, car insurance, renter's insurance, and then you gotta think about car, no rent / or mortgage, depending on if you want a house. So but you probably can't even get a house on a $40,000 salary.
Yeah.
You could probably get a decent apartment for that. Like, you know, and then outside of paying your bills, you want to be able to live.
Yeah, you want to be able
to live. So like 40,000 is like, that's like bare minimum. Yeah. Like honestly, like in today's, like that's like bare minimum. Like you gotta make 40K. Like when I first got out of school, I think I made like 30 or 32.
Yeah.
And like I was struggling.
Thugging it.
Like bad. Like I had an apartment, no furniture. Like
damn.
Like for real, like the only furniture was in the bedroom. Like that was the only thing. Like living room, like you even had like not like TV on the floor, living room. Like
hey, talk about starting from the bottom. Like you had.
That's what I'm saying. Like so, like that's yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a preference, but she got to bring something else to the table.
Yeah, okay. So this is gonna be our fast round. I just want you to say keeper, red flag. Okay, don't say anything else. One of the options. Go through these questions, okay?
All
right, bet. She makes a burner IG account to stalk her ex.
Red flag. I don't even hear anything else.
Okay. She asks you to go to therapy, but she's never been herself.
Keep her.
Okay. She posts thirst traps weekly, but gets mad.
Red flag.
Well, hold on, but gets mad.
Red flag.
Dang.
Red flag.
Okay. You met her at the club on the weekend, but now she says that she doesn't go to the club for you.
What?
So you met her at the club on the weekend. You guys met at the club on the weekend, and now she says that she doesn't go out, she doesn't party for you because of you.
Oh, keep her.
You gonna keep her? Okay. And I think those are the questions. There we go.
Yeah, you posting thirst traps don't even come my way.
But look.
Don't even come my way. That mean you for everybody. You let everybody see what's mine.
But look, the thing is, she posts thirst traps weekly, but gets mad if you like another woman's photo.
Listen, I told you I didn't even have to hear the rest. You posting a thirst trap. Why are we posting thirst traps? And you got a whole man.
But why you liking photos?
First of all, you know what's crazy? I just seen this on IG Reels. I just seen it. It was a woman that said this. She said, y'all bitches need to grow the fuck up because you getting mad at a man for liking a picture on Instagram. And she said, bitch, that's what the fuck is for. It's like, what you mean? Like if you did, like he not on Twitter.
But my thing is,
you know what I'm saying? Like Twitter's for networking, right? Facebook and stuff like that's for networking. That's for like making money. LinkedIn, Instagram is literally for you to post your image. Literally, like you're supposed to post you in your best fit. You're supposed to post you like for businesses. Like you're supposed to post your best things, right? But if it's just a regular page and you just posting what you look good in, you're not posting it. You're posting that for yourself, not for anybody else. If they happen to like it, cool.
But my thing is, you shouldn't be on IG liking another woman's photo. I should be the only eyes. Why you on that page?
No, that's not how that works. That's so immature. That is so immature. Like to be that possessive of a person and say, hey, you can't look at somebody. Mm-hmm. Like if you go out now, that's so completely different from if you're in a relationship, a committed relationship with somebody, and you take the time out to go to the bathroom and post a thirst trap or whatever of you exposing and revealing yourself to the world. That's disrespectful to your relationship. That's liking a picture. Like it might be an IG model and you like a picture. Like that's her job. Like the fuck, like you getting mad at me because I like somebody that was doing their job. Like, and it's not like
hold on.
I'm not going on my way to like DM her and do it. Like when you do all of that, now that's emotionally cheating. But if you just like the picture, keep it pushing, cool.
Why are you even following the IG model though?
You don't have to. Some of that stuff just comes up.
Oh, it just be popping up on your feed.
Some of that stuff just comes up on your page, on your For You page, things like that.
But some women feel like you should just keep swiping. Why do you even like it? You saw it, keep it moving.
Because you like the picture.
Like it in your head.
No. See, y'all, that's so possessive. Like what the fuck? Like, no. That's way different from females going out here on OnlyFans and taking pictures of themselves and making money and you're paying for that service,
Mm-hmm.
if you go out the way to pay for that service, that's cheating. But if you're just on Instagram, it's a free app, and you just see somebody that looks good and you like it, scroll past it, cool. But don't act upon anything else.
Yeah. I don't know. You can look but don't touch. That some women feel as though, you know, like, hey, you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you got to think it's the same shit if you're walking outside.
It's you know
It's the
what?
same. Like that literally is the same thing. Like you see, if I see a bad bitch outside, I'm with my girl. I ain't gonna lie, fellas. We all do it. You looking, you like damn. But if you double look and you look too long, it's a problem. But if
Yo.
you just quick glance, boom, like damn, she was right. Like cool.
Don't let them peep it. Like if they find, like, have you seen that meme of when?
That's real though. Females do that shit too. So I don't care what nobody say. Females do that shit too. Like yeah, nah, hell no. Y'all do that shit too. Ain't no double standards. Y'all do that shit
Look,
too.
my thing is, if you doing a 360 and you looking all the way back,
Yeah, you doing all of that. That's disrespectful, bro.
hey,
Like,
you doing too
yeah.
much.
but it's the same. Like that quick peek is
You better-
just like it takes the same amount of time as it does to like a picture and scroll past.
Sideways glance.
Same shit.
But see, the thing is, you put the effort to actually hit that like. You did a sideways glance while you still.
You put the effort in to look at her. You could have looked straight past her.
Nick, if she already coming towards the direction you're walking oppositely, you're bound to. You see me?
Okay, no difference than if you're swiping and you see it. Now it caught your attention. If she's walking this way, she caught your attention. Same thing. Same thing.
Okay. So now, guys, we're gonna go ahead and switch over to our next segment. Appreciate you guys all listening in on Keep Her and Red Flags. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and switch. So I got some more questions I want to ask you. What does submission in a relationship mean to you? Having a woman that is submissive to you, what does that mean to you?
So this is, I know I'm gonna rattle or ruffle a couple feathers with this one, but so like I've like, and you only can learn this through experience. I feel like I've dealt with women that are overly aggressive and they try to like match your energy as a man, and they try to talk their shit and like they do, and you know they do too much. Like bro, like that's cool when I first meet you, but like if I'm finna interact with you every day, like I don't need all of that. Like that's a headache, you know, that's a headache. So like I've learned like I've had a female that was like very submissive, and like whatever I said she did, like she would do whatever I told her to do. That was like cool, but like I was like damn, like I need like I don't know, like maybe I'm a little fucked up, but like
have a little backbone. Like,
I need you to be I need you to stand on business a little bit from time to time.
Stand
like,
on business.
You know, like you got a little bark back, you know?
Yeah.
Like so me personally, so like if for a woman that's submissive, like I want her, like when we're having mature conversations, I do want her to challenge my ideas and decisions, but in a respectful way to where we come to an agreement on things.
Okay.
But like if it's like on like an everyday basis and you're always challenging what I'm saying, then no, that's tiring. I don't want that. But like just you have to be able to like read the room and understand when like pick your battles.
Okay.
You know, things like that. And also that just comes into my role as the man, like how am I leading? You know, that also determines how submissive she will be, right? If she's the right woman. But
so do you like a woman that's a little toxic in the relationship, that, you know, it's got a little sprinkle up in there?
I used to think like, yeah, she got to be a little toxic because that spices things up. And no, I was just immature. No, fuck that. You don't need to be toxic at all. Y'all need to be whole and healthy. Y'all need to be whole and healthy, right?
But that be spicing the relationship, like you said. Like she just be calling you sometimes just to be starting an argument, just to be starting.
Yeah, that's too much. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I don't. You don't need. Why do you need that?
Yeah, because I mean,
you already got so much bullshit that happens in the world that you can't control. So why would you want your woman to call you and start shit and think it's funny? And you know what's crazy? I do shit like that, and I would be like,
whoa.
and I would be like, that's how I know, because I would do shit like that, and I'm like, yeah, but I was just bored. Like I shouldn't even be doing like, bro. Like I had to like grow and like not do that shit. Like that was one of my toxic traits. So I was like, I like to get on your nerves, and then be like, all right, I'm sorry. Like what the fuck? Like no, niggas like, bro, you just extra. Like why
you doing too much?
Yeah, like
be easy.
So and I had to learn, through experience. So.
But
yeah.
okay, but you used to do it, but you have a problem with a woman doing it.
No, I used myself as an example.
Okay.
Because I was like, that's how I know how it feels. Because
Okay.
I've done it to someone else has done it to me, and I'm like, yeah, that shit is childish. So I'm like, yeah. So I know like not to do that. That's part of growth. That's part of maturing. So.
Okay. So you think that's like a young people thing, like a?
Yeah, that's definitely like you got it like a college, high school, type of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you feel as though women should shoot their shot more often?
Absolutely. I mean, I've had women shoot their shot at me. Like I've had a girl like I was at like a rooftop bar in Washington in DC, and like I've had a girl send her homeboy over there to tell me to come talk to her. I'm like,
yo.
I'm like the fuck.
How that make you feel? So, you make you feel a little feminine, like ooh.
Nah,
I looked at her. Special? I
looked at her. I had to size her up, see what I was working with. And she was alright. She was alright. But one thing about me, I ain't moving on your time, so I waited probably at least 30 minutes before I went over there.
Look, but that's a little toxic trait though.
I had a couple. I just had to get a couple more drinks in me, and then I walked over there. No, because
you moving on your own time.
Exactly.
She just hit you up saying, "Hey, come talk to me."
Exactly.
And you not moving. You see what I'm saying? So you waiting, playing the field.
The only person I jump when they say jump for is Jesus, and she ain't Jesus. So no, I would not do that, because one thing is she wouldn't do that for you. The woman would not do that for the man.
You don't think so?
No, because when y'all give out your number, y'all give out your IG in the club, y'all don't text back immediately.
Y'all don't be texting.
The man is the first one to send a message. 9 times out of 10,
nah.
we gotta get the number or the Instagram, and then we gotta hit y'all up first and wait for the reply.
No. See, no, because y'all.
That happens.
Y'all be taking so long to reply back. Y'all sometimes take the next day. So then
because we had to put all the work in to get to that point, and shit, by the time y'all reply, we probably ain't even looking at the phone no more.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on that same end. You took a day, I'm gonna take a day.
So see, now you being toxic.
I'm being toxic.
Now you being toxic.
My thing, okay, look, we gonna hypothetically speaking, right? Just say I go out to the club with my homegirls and everything. I get this guy's phone number. We leave the club. He don't even hit me. Don't say nothing. Next day, I don't get a good morning, hey beautiful, nothing. Not till the afternoon, he's like, hey, what's up? What you doing today? What?
What you mean?
No, it took you. Look, I met you
last
night.
Why he gotta act so fast so that nigga might got work the next day? Like that, niggas got life that they gotta do. They don't even know you yet. Like,
but
they not supposed to jump just because you look good and they went like, no, that's crazy.
Nah,
that's diabolical.
Nah, you went out your way to come and approach me and get my phone number. Yet you didn't even hit me up that night. Hit me up the next day. You gotta wait till later on that afternoon to finally hit me up. Nah, man, I'm gonna hit you up the next day around that same time you hit me back.
Okay, that's cool, because if you take forever to hit me back, as long as you hit me back, I know that you're interested. If you don't, then cool. You know what I'm gonna do? Take my ass to work. Like what? Like that? No, that's crazy. Absolutely not. No, that's. Yeah, if women really think like that, that's a horrible perspective to take. Like, y'all need to go find Jesus, because that's a horrible perspective to take. Yeah, like
So
you don't know what that other person has going on in their lives, and you don't even know them yet. Like even as a man talking to a woman, like I wouldn't hold it against them if I hit them up and they take forever to hit me back. Cool, you know, I'm not even gonna think about it because like first of all, the day before that, I didn't even know you, and my day went just fine.
Yeah.
Think about it like that, you know, like I was giving my energy to something else that was counterproductive.
So you pretty much saying, oh, I should just be happy with the fact that you reached out and hit me back.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you shouldn't be in a rush to jump on the first thing that you see. Like it if it's meant to be, like that won't matter. Like the time that I text you back won't matter, right? And long story short, normally when something like that happens, either the person's just a bad texter, and some people are really bad texters. You gotta they'll be like, and they'll give you a courtesy, be like, hey, just call me, you know, like, and cool, we can communicate that, or they're just like, they might be like me, like I work all the time, like I turn one of my phones off the entire day when I'm at one of my jobs, like you can't even reach me on that phone, and only certain people have that number because it's my personal. But my work phone is on because I'm about my money right now, like that's me. So my work phone don't go off unless it's dead, right? So, you know, like, yeah, that's definitely like an insecurity and maturity thing.
Man, so wait, going back to remember I had asked you the question of like, if she hits you 5 times throughout the day, is she clingy? But yeah, you have your phone off, or at least your personal phone off. So even if she tries to hit you up, she still ain't gonna hit you up. You know, so you're not getting.
So then, and I also said, just because she called me don't mean I'm gonna answer. That's what I said.
But you just agreeing pretty much with what I'm saying with, oh, let me miss you, let me come home and be like.
No, I'm not agreeing.
Because you're not even answering the phone though, because you don't have your phone on.
And when I turn it back on, when I get off, guess who the first phone call is gonna be? So no,
that's fine. That's fine. But I'm saying,
I'm still gonna talk. I would probably be on the phone with you for the next 2 hours.
But it's still the same.
And then see you when I get home.
Yeah, it's still the same though when you're not talking throughout the whole day. Even though she's reaching out, you're not answering the phone. So you guys are not having any type of interaction.
Because I'm at work.
Yeah, and that's cool. But don't say, oh, I want someone that calls me all day when you're not even gonna answer the phone. You're gonna wait.
No, that's not how that works. Like we're grown. Like we're grown adults. If I'm at work and I can't be on my phone, then obviously don't call me. And if it's an emergency, obviously my person would have my other number to reach me. So, but if it's not an emergency, if you're just calling to call, then I'll just call you when I get off of work and we can talk on the phone however long you want. Yeah. But like that's a completely different situation. If I'm out just doing whatever and my phone's on, because that's the only time that it would be off, and my phone's on and you call me, I'm gonna answer.
Okay.
Like that, if you're at work, that's a maturity thing. If you get mad at me because I don't answer my phone for you when I'm at work, excuse me? Like, first of all, whatever we got, don't you need money to pay for it? Okay, so I'm at work. So unless you want to make my salary and yours, like, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a different situation.
Okay. So what do men and women need to do better when it comes to communication?
I would say men need to be more vulnerable. Because and I'm just speaking from my own experience. Men need to be more vulnerable and open when they speak. Yeah. Women need to validate men's feelings more when they speak to them. Okay. They expect a man to be strong, fortified, and have it all figured out, but they never want to go to the root or the core and really, just like speak to him and validate his feelings. Yeah. So, and everything where it stems from. So, because a lot of men, we got trauma, because we men, we don't really like talk to people like that, or like we'll talk to the bros, but like they just gonna give you like this 9 times out of 10 they give you the same perspective that you have on it.
But see, that goes back to like the men not being raised to get the help, and like that goes back to men not getting the help they need and going to therapy and talking about their emotions and expressing that, because a woman is always trying to, you know, talk to the man and say, hey, how are you feeling? What's going on? Because we were taught at a young age to express ourselves, that emotions is okay. You guys have not been told
So
like that.
that's where I was saying, like, men have to
Yeah.
be more vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're in a relationship, you
Yeah.
have to be very vulnerable with that person if you want it to go far.
Yeah.
But women, like, and that's what I mean, like, y'all don't ask the right questions. Like, you're asking a man how he feels.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? Like you asked me how I'm
Yeah.
like, my answer, if we're having a conversation, like, normally most men, like, they wear their feelings. Like, if they're angry, you'll be like, I'm angry. Like, why? Like, it's gonna piss me off that you asked me and I'm already angry. Like, I'm angry. But why the fuck you asking me how I feel?
Because they want to
Like,
help. They want to be able to.
Yeah, that's not the right question though. Like, that's not, like, you're not getting to the root of the problem by asking me how I feel. Like, don't ask me how I feel. I know how I feel.
So
you know what I'm saying? Like this, like, you need to go right into the thick of it and be like, hey, like, X, Y, and Z happened. I know it, and I know you feel X, Y, and Z way about it. Like, let's do blase blase to rectify this, or something. Like, they want to hear, like, men want to hear solutions. They don't want to talk about the problem. Women, they want to talk about the problem and then try to find a solution. We don't want to talk about the problem. We know what the problem is. We just want to figure out, how the fuck do we fix this shit?
But we feel
and how do we, and like, because we want to feel better, but how do we feel better? You feel me? Like, how do we feel better? And we can't get the how until we figure out a solution for the problem.
But we feel as though talking about your feelings helps get to the problem, because we may not even know what you're going through. We may see that you're physically, like, upset and mad and frustrated, but not about what it
exactly.
is.
So you need to find the why. Not how you feel, but why you feel that way. Mm-hmm. So that's the wrong question. Asking how, wrong question. Don't ask him how he feels. See why he feels that way. You can tell how he feels. Yeah. Now, if you can't tell and you generally need to ask, like, hey, like, what's going on? You know, don't say how are you feeling, but you be like, hey, what's going on? Like, you know, are you okay? Yeah. Right. Yeah. And then get to the why. But don't be asking me, like, how do I feel? Like, I ain't no female. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no, like, don't be asking me how I feel. Like, I'm supposed to be sitting back here with a bamboo tree and some incense burning and you know, like,
all in my feelings and
like, bro, like, nah, bro. I ain't trying to do all of that. That's not how you validate a man's feelings, actually. Yeah. That's more so how you approach a female, but
okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and switch into a segment, Sip and Listen.
Oh, let me get my little drinky drink.
Yes. So now we're in our segment for Sip and Listen. So Sip and Listen is when we go back in time or forward and listen to my catalog, and we sip and we listen and we talk about it. So I always have the guests choose the song of their choosing based off my catalog of what they want to listen to today. Ooh. So I'm back to you, all my guests today. So tell me, what is the song of your choice that you would like to listen to?
That rum smells strong as shit. Goddamn. It's on Ticket to Success. Make sure you guys go download the EP, Ticket to My Success. Sorry.
Yes. On all platforms, all streaming platforms. Yes. Was it what? Don't Trust Many, Keep It 100.
I do love that. Keep it with 100. Keep it 100 with me. No. Let's go and Don't Trust Me. I listen to this. Let's Keep It 100 all the time. Okay. We gotta switch it up. Switch it up.
I bet. Okay, guys, this is Don't Trust Many for those you guys are listening on the pod, and for those you guys watching live stream, I'll make sure to add it in later on. Okay, guys, here we go. Don't Trust Many.
Perfect song for the podcast today. Hold up. Don't trust many.
Hey.
Oh. Don't trust many. Play me like we are friendly. Ooh, yeah. Stay with the heat, cause I keep 100. Keep it 100. I don't trust many. Niggas try to play the fuck with me. Yeah, y'all need to go get that heat right now. Go get that heat, man. Niggas try to play me like they fuck with me.
There we go. Don't trust many. Like I said, out now on all streaming platforms. Get that on Ticket to My Success and run it up. So yeah, I feel like that was, like you said, the perfect setting for this type of conversation that we're having. Don't trust many.
Don't trust many. If you don't trust God, then don't trust any.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So I got one last question that I do want to ask you. This question, it's not about what we've been talking about. I just kind of like to throw like a funny out there I like to throw out a funny out there.
All right, ain't no more backstories.
No.
All right, we ain't doing no memory lane stories this time, is we?
No, this is no memory lane. This is like one of those out there questions. It's real random, but I really want to ask it. So I want to know what's your thought process. And be honest, yo. Okay?
Okay, here we go.
So if you were reincarnated in the opposite sex body, would you be with your significant other still?
So would I be gay? Is that what you just said? Would I be gay?
Whoa. You are in the opposite sex, so you're female.
So would I date me?
No. You're not dating you. You are now a woman, and your opposite significant other is now a man.
I wouldn't know how they would act as a man.
What you mean?
So I don't know how they would act as a man.
I mean, yeah, you may not know how they act, but you still love that person.
Yeah, but I love the person as a woman, like with the qualities and traits as a woman of what they brought to the relationship. Mm-hmm. So if the woman turns into a man and I turn into a woman, that sounds crazy, and I turn into a woman, the roles would have to be flipped in a way, like logically speaking, to where she would have to provide what I was providing and I would have to provide what she was providing. So if that's the case, then yes, I guess. But
no, I'm talking about like intimacy. Y'all still gonna be together, hooking up, doing everything. You now a woman and she now a man. Y'all still together doing y'all thing? Look,
I don't really understand this question. Like, what?
No, my thing is, if it happened to me, right? If I was now a man and he, my man, is now a woman, I'm still gonna be with him. I'm still gonna do my thing. Now I feel as though you think it's gay because now I'm the one giving it and he taking it, and that's
weird, bro. Like, yeah, that's weird because I'm a guy. So like you basically saying like I go from giving back shots to taking back shots. Like, no, bruh. Like, no, bruh. Like, I don't think about shit like that. I can't even fathom no shit like that. Yeah, no, hell no.
So nah, okay.
Like, if we were talking like from a more mature standpoint, if we're talking like about me and her switching roles and bodies low key, you know, then cool if we're providing those same things. But you get into all that nitty gritty and stuff, it's like, nah, bro. That's why God made me a male. Like, no, like,
Nah.
I wasn't made for that.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm good on it. Nah.
Okay. Appreciate it. Well, at this time, I want to go ahead and like, you know, let people know what you got going on. Anything you want to tell them that you got doing?
I mean, guys, you know, I told y'all a little bit about me earlier on in the podcast. But definitely would love for you guys to show love and follow me on my socials. My Twitter, not my Twitter, I'm sorry. My Instagram is actually going to be Northside, so NAWFSIDE _elite ELITE _. That's my business page for my LLC.
Okay.
I started a training business. I'm actually partnered with Red Line Athletics out in Peachtree Corners. We host training sessions for 6th graders through 12th graders and a select few elementary schoolers that are really like that, but you got to be like that. But we provide training, male and female training. Yeah, I'm not sexist at all. Like, women can come out here and train too. Y'all play flag football, things like that. We do speed and agility training on those days. The booking information is all on my Instagram page, so you can go there, click the link right there in my bio. We also have new merch that just dropped. We just dropped new merch. We have our new sleeveless dry fit hoodie. Great for the summertime. Or whenever you're working out indoors. Great material. Everything that I provide is going to be in limited stock. So make sure you guys go purchase that now. It's $20. Website link is in the bio. If you live locally in Gwinnett County, I can bypass the shipping fee for you, and we can work out a payment arrangement. Just shoot me a DM, right? So that Instagram is going to be Northside _elite _. All right, so make sure you guys go and check that out. Give me a follow, repost, shout us out. All right, and then we're super excited because we're actually going to have our first showcase this upcoming Saturday, July 19th, for our 12U, 13U, and 14U flag football players. All right, or I'm sorry, 7-on-7 football players. Okay, so we're gonna have combines, drills. We're gonna have a guest speaker. I'm gonna have some old players that I used to coach out there that are currently playing college football.
Okay.
We're gonna have photographer, videographer. Like, it's gonna be really, really good. Okay. We also, I just added this wrinkle in there. Gonna have a cash prize for our one-on-one competition for our DBs and our receivers. So best DB, best receiver will get a cash prize, or I'll give you guys the option to duke it out. 3 reps, best 2 out of 3, and it could be a winner take all. But I'll let you guys decide that on game day on July 19th from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at South Gwinnett Park. All right. If you need more information, DM us on our Instagram page. All right. So Northside Elite.
Guys, you guys need to go cop that. I got myself a that's a sweat.
She has the first limited edition long sleeve sauna shirt for the North. All right, our new apparel will say "Come to the North" on the back with the Northside Elite logo on the front. So definitely want to purchase that because we don't restock anything.
Look, so when it's gone, it's gone.
When it's gone, it's gone.
Limited edition.
Limited edition. Everything's limited.
So go ahead and hop on that. And also, guys, y'all listening in, drop your answers in the comment section. Would you keep her, or would she be a walking red flag? My apologies. Would you keep her, or would she be a walking
She's
red
not
flag?
qualified.
And also, drop a comment. Do you think modern day my apologies. Drop a comment. Do you think modern dating has helped or hurt relationships? Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it as well, and keep running it up.
That's a
I
good
appreciate
question.
you guys, and thanks. Okay, see you guys.